Hi everyone, this is lesson 14, weather and seasons. So now let's start. We have the lesson also starting grade 1. Now, in part 5, we are talking about where we live. So, for one part, we learn for 3 lessons. This is the second lesson of part 5, where we live. Now, we'll discover about types of weather and how weather affects us. So, as you can see, this is raining weather and this is snowy weather. So, unless we need, by the way, we can see the weather. So, when we are going to discover about weather, you can see and finding what is the meaning of weather first. The weather is a condition of the air outside. So for example, the air is actually like the conditioner in our home and it's make the weather change. So it's actually the air. When we go out, it's cold, the air is cold, and that was the weather. Now, you can ask your friend or ask somebody about weather by these questions. We have how's the weather? How's the weather outside? Or you can say, what is the weather like? And you can add some address. What is the weather in Halloween like? So that's the way you can ask somebody about weather. So this is the hot weather, this is windy weather, where the wind is blow very, very high. And this is actually, you can see the snowflake. So it will be snowy. When it's snowy, it's actually a lot of snow and snowflake fall in. Now we have raining. Raining is actually, you can say the action of nouns. And so now, how's the weather? It's windy, it's snowy. And what is the weather outside like? It's raining. Now we'll talk about very important and special part. It's the season. Do you know how the weather changes? The season is actually the time. They need 4 times of the years. And it's actually a time, a very important time to change the season, change the weather. For example, you can see this is 4 main periods of the year. So, how many months we have in a year? We have 12 months. So now, let's see. We will get by 4, we will have 3. So, for one season, will happen 3 months of the years. So now, this is a spring. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Usually in spring, the things are very, very actually good. And it's warm. Next is summer, then fall, and the last one is winter. The coldest season in the years. So each season can maybe happen for 3 months. So now we are talking about 3 months of the spring, of the summer, of the fall, of winter. They will have in 3 smaller years. So now let's see the first seasons. We have spring, the season between winter and summer. So we have the kids are playing. There was one special thing, actually an important and common logo of spring is actually the flower going to, not spring, before the winter. It's red and it's snowy, it's very cold. And then the next is spring, the water will come out and rolls. Now it's a summer. The summer is warmest season of the years, coming after spring. So the sun is the warmest. The warmest is actually, you can call the weather hot. And the of these kids. The kids are going to the swimming pool, and it's usually cold and humid. So in the summer, there are lots of sunlight go through the sun to this temp. So it's called hot humid. So in the hot humid temp, you can go to swimming. You go swimming ponds. You go in some swimming pool too. Now we have the fall season. The season between summer and winter. So the fall is actually colder. It's colder than spring and summer. It's cooler, a little bit cooler. So as you can see, there was one very cool thing, and as the logo of the fall is the yellow or red, actually yellow-red leaves, colored leaves. So in the fall, there is clear sky. You know why? It's by the wind. The wind is very high and it's blow over clouds away. So the sky is very clean. Now it's the winter. The winter is the coldest seasons of the year, coming after fall. So coming after fall, of course, it's very cold. And as you can say, the word cold, even there was snow. But some country is in the middle of the earth. Actually, there's no snowy. But the weather is always very cold there. Now we'll talk about things that help you going to say this. I have a story. In the fall, I said that the weather is very hot. And my friend said the weather is very, very, very cold. So one is hot and one is cold. And we don't know how to see this. So we need one major thing. It's the temperature. The temperature helps us going to check about some degrees Celsius about something. For example, you see this is cold temperature and this is the hot temperature. So when I think this is the temperature of one of the summer and one of the fall. So in the summer, we can see that it's 80 degrees. 80 degrees is for the American evenings the favorite. But for other countries, we usually use Celsius. So the degrees Celsius of it here, as you can see, it's nearly 26. So it's 26 degrees Celsius here. So in the summer, there was no weather that is down, like downer than 26 degrees. So it's a way to check the temperature and see if it's hot. If it's hot or cold, something is. So remember, the temperature can be the measure, the things that have you check about cold and hot. And the temperature can also the things that you say, just announce. Okay, now we have clouds. The cloud is made by not the air. It's not the air, it's made by many, many drops of water together in the air. So for example, this is the picture of the clouds. But when you see it's much bigger as a telescope, you can see many, many drops. The drops of water together in the air. And when you see the skies are lots of clouds. Like in some fall day, I think it's not fall day, it's windy. For the spring day, it's actually overcast, very, very, very cloudy. So when you see the sky is very, very cloudy, it has a lot of cloudy, and you can't see the blue sky. lake is very dark. Now it's rainy. Rainy is the weather that the water drops from the ground to the ground. And this is windy. As you can see, this man is riding the bicycle. The wind is very hard and even blowing his umbrella. And in the snowing, this is the boy who making a snowman. And in the snowy weather, it's actually very cold. But for some time, we have lots of fun to do, making a snowman, a foxman, many things you can make. And in the sunny, of course, it's usually happen in spring and summer. Sunny is the time the sun being hotter. It's not actually the sun going to hotter. It is the earth. It's the time the earth go nearer to the sun.